From awesome seats to disappointing service, here's my honest review of flying Etihad Airways business class. After arriving in Chicago at Terminal 3, we casually wandered our way over to International Terminal 5, opting for the airside route. Keep an eye out for the terminal transfer bus near Gate K20. Strolling airside offers some awesome close-up glimpses of the airplanes. Gotta admit, the bus agents weren't exactly winning any awards for friendliness. Today, Etihad's departure gate is M17 in Terminal 5. When it comes to lounges, Chicago Terminal 5 takes the cake for being one of the worst in the country. Can't find a decent lounge anywhere, so we decided to head straight to the gate. Boarding kicked off right on schedule, and it was a smooth and efficient process. Greeted warmly at the door, and we were shown way to our seats. Today, we're in 7D and 7F, sticking close to the spouse, so you are not going to see any taxing and take off in this video. Welcome drinks were promptly offered. My wife snagged a lemon mint, her absolute favorite. As for me, I opted for a glass of brut champagne. And with those refreshing drinks in hand, we were off to a fantastic start. If only I could say the same for the rest of the journey. Let's do a quick spin around the seat. Leg space? Check. Plenty of room and no cramped feet when catching some Z's. Plus, there was a cozy blanket waiting for me as soon as I stepped on board. The tray table was a winner, spacious and sturdy, no wobbling around. Smooth operation, too. Even with my laptop open, there was still plenty of room for drinks. Top marks for functionality. Etihad's ascent lighting, simply elegant. Unfortunately, the amenity kit didn't quite live up to expectations. I didn't even bother opening it to show its contents. The seat offers a sense of complete privacy. When seated, you can't even catch a glimpse of anyone else around. The wireless charging was a hit, seamlessly powering up both iPhone and Android devices. Plenty of storage space to go around, keeping all your essentials within easy reach. Menus were distributed, and orders were being taken. However, this is where I began to notice a decline in the service. Surprisingly, I wasn't even asked for my drink preference, and my wife was overlooked when it came to her dessert and drink choices. Etihad really nailed it with their menu options and the dine anytime concept, which I absolutely love. It's fantastic to have the freedom to order anything from the menu whenever you feel like it. Meal service kicked off shortly after takeoff. While warm nuts were served, there was no initial offer of a drink. I had to specifically request red wine. This small serving you see here was all I received before even taking a sip. Starting with the Arabic meze, the salad was fresh and the bread warm and soft. While the Arabic meze was decent, it didn't quite match up to the taste and presentation standards set by Qatar Airways. Here's a comparison of how Qatar does it. Better taste and presentation. My wife went for the South Asian vegetarian meal, but the starter leaned more towards North Indian cuisine. The South Asian vegetarian option also came with salad and bread, which matched what I had, and that was a plus. However, the appetizer for my wife's meal featured dakla and peas. While it was decent, it didn't quite meet the expectations for us, being South Indians. The amount of wine they gave with the nuts was quite small, and disappointingly, it was never replenished throughout dinner. While it might seem like a minor issue in the grand scheme of things, isn't it reasonable to expect better service in business class? I opted for the Ras El Hanout spiced salmon for my main course, and I must say it was incredibly tasty and juicy. Seriously, still no wine. At this rate, I might just have to start a protest or something. The South Asian vegetarian main dish featured vegetable kofta with chapati. Once more, leaning towards the North Indian side, but my wife assures me it's incredibly tasty. For dessert, I went with the caramelized apple hazelnut financier. It was decent, but honestly nothing to rave about. The Etihad business class bathroom, where dreams of luxury and relaxation meet the reality of a standard-sized loo. It was clean enough to not send me running for the nearest exit, so that's a win, I guess. But seriously, where were the fancy amenities? No brush, razor, or comb in sight. And don't even get me started on the bathroom-to-passenger ratio. 2 bathrooms for the whole business class? Talk about a fight for the throne. The next letdown arrived when it was time to make the bed. I requested a mattress pad and was handed one, but that's where the service stopped. No offer to actually make the bed. It was more of a, here you go, help yourself situation, not exactly what I'm used to from Etihad. Disappointing, but hey, not the end of the world either. Despite the lackluster bed-making service, I must admit, the bed itself was pretty comfortable. Managed to snag a few hours of shut-eye, which, let's be real, is a luxury on these marathon flights. Ordered my favorite steak sandwich for a mid-flight snack, and as usual, it was awesome. But hold up, where's the wine? Forget about the wine. I didn't even get water to go with it. My wife ordered the aloo tikki chat, and let me tell you, it was phenomenal. In fact, I ended up eating most of it myself. But seriously, what's up with the lack of water? Is Etihad trying to save a buck or two on hydration? Ordered a macchiato and biscuits, but guess what? Only got the macchiato, no biscuits in sight. Talk about a letdown. Service is really dropping the ball here. Landed in Abu Dhabi right on schedule and stepped into the beautiful new terminal. Wrapping up with a few final thoughts about the flight, the hard product was top-notch. Loved the awesome seats, the privacy they offered, and the terrific food. The bathroom was a bit of a letdown, but overall the rest of the hard product was solid. Now onto the not-so-great part, the service. It's pretty disappointing, to be honest. It feels like the flight attendants either aren't paying attention to the passengers or simply don't care. Maybe Etihad should invest a bit more in training to ensure the service is consistent, like what you'd expect from Etihad Airways. Until next time, happy travels!